By 2030, 80% of what you do as a project manager will be automated by AI. Not might be, not could be, will be. And here's the part that will terrify you. The project managers getting laid off right now in the middle of the biggest tech bloodbath since 2001 aren't being replaced by AI. They're being replaced by project managers who figured out how to weaponize AI. I'm going to show you the exact list of which PMs, which project managers are on the chopping block and which ones are untouchable, and the 4 moves that determine which side that you're currently on. Here's what nobody's telling you. There are actually 2 lists being created at your company right now. One list has names of project managers and product managers and other managers who are adapting well to AI. And the other list, well, you know what the other list is for. And the criterion for which list you're on, it has nothing to do with your certification or your years of experience or how hard you work. Stick with me, I'll show you exactly how the lists are being built. I'm John Nova, I'm the founder of J1 Technology, and I help project managers and tech leaders actually survive the chaos that everyone else is panicking about. I've led AI projects that crashed and burned at big tech companies, but I've also saved companies millions by making decisive calls when everyone else was just paralyzed. And here's what I've learned across fintech, cybersec, hospitality, payment processing. AI doesn't kill project management jobs. Irrelevant project managers kill project management jobs. The managers getting laid off, they've spent 10 years perfecting spreadsheet kung fu, right? And now at $20 per month, ChatGPT subscription does it better. But the ones getting promoted, they're doing something completely different. And I'm about to break down exactly what that is. But first of all, let's talk about the massacre happening right now. The global tech industry has recorded 181,457 layoffs so far in 2025. That number is projected to hit 235,000 by year end. Intel, almost 34,000 jobs gone. Microsoft, 19,000 employees cut. Since 2022, nearly 300,000 tech jobs have been eliminated. And here's the twisted part. Companies are still claiming they can't find qualified people. What's the translation? They can't figure out what kind of help they actually need in a world where AI is doing half the work. So they're laying off everyone and hoping to figure it out later. It's always about the bottom line. But here's the question keeping executives up at night. If AI is so good, why are we still hiring any project managers? Because Gartner predicts that 80% of traditional PM tasks, scheduling, reporting, risk tracking, resource allocation, will be automated by 2030. That's not some tasks. That's 4 out of every 5 things you do today as a project manager. But CEOs are looking at the project management teams, and when they do the math, they're thinking, wait, if AI can do 80% of the jobs, then why am I paying these teams 100% salaries? And that's when these lists start to get created. The first list is PMs whose value is in the 80%, the automatable stuff. And the second list is PMs whose values are in the 20% part that AI cannot touch. Now, the people on list A, they get in that your role has been eliminated email. That's inevitable. And the people on list B, they're gonna get promoted. That's the fact. So let me show you what separates them, and you can apply that right now. Here's what lands you that you're on the fired list email. Number 1, you're a status update specialist. So pretty much your weekly stand-ups could be a Slack message, right? Your reports are just reformatted spreadsheet data. AI does this in 30 seconds. You spent 8 hours on the same thing. It's likely you're going. The second category is you're a Gantt chart artist. You're really good at Microsoft projects and Smartsheets and all that stuff. Congratulations, so is ChatGPT, and it doesn't need dental insurance. The third category is you're a meeting coordinator. Your calendar is back to back with sync meetings and alignment calls. AI tools can now schedule and they can summarize and action item those meetings without you. Calendly doesn't ask for vacation days, so you know what that means. And the other people in that list, you're a template executor. You follow the PMBOK playbook religiously. You have the template for everything. And AI, it can also execute templates perfectly every single time. The other category is you're a risk log babysitter. Pretty much your job is that you update your risk register weekly, you color code it beautifully, you present it in slides. Meanwhile, AI is doing predictive risk analysis using historical data that you don't even have access to. So if your value is in documentation, coordination, process execution, you're on the wrong list. Because here's the brutal truth. AI doesn't replace project managers, really. It replaces administrative assistants who got promoted to project manager. Now let me show you the other list. This one is really interesting. Here's what will make you untouchable. The first one is you're a crisis whisperer. When hits the fan at 4 p.m. on Friday and the client's threatening to pull the contract, AI isn't going to save you. The project manager who can read the room, who can navigate politics and craft the "here's how we fix it" story, that's a human superpower. The second guy in this category is you're a conflict alchemist. So dev teams hate design teams, and sales, will promise features that don't exist. That comes with the terrain. Two executives want, opposite things, and so on. AI cannot mediate this. It can't read body language. It can't say, here's what you really mean, right? And get both sides to laugh, and get both sides to align, get both sides to agree, right? The other guys who are in that list that are not going to be let go of are people who are vision translators. The CEO says, we want to be more agile. What does that actually mean for this project, for the project you're running? Now, AI may aggregate data, but then you can create the narrative that gets 50 people rowing in the same direction, right? Or you're also a political navigator. You know which stakeholder has the CEO's ears. You know which budget line to pull from. You know how to get the yes in the hallway before the official meeting. That is not something found in data sets, and AI cannot learn this right now. And the last category is you're an AI weaponizer. You're not scared of AI. You know how to use it. You actually use it. ChatGPT drafts your project charters in 5 minutes, so you spend 3 hours thinking about stakeholder strategy instead. You're 10x more productive than your peers because you automated your boring work already. So do you notice the pattern? The fired list are fixated on doing tasks that AI can execute. And the safe lists are making judgment calls that AI cannot replicate. And here's the move that separates them. The PMs who are thriving aren't fighting AI, and they're not ignoring it, and they're not hoping it just goes away. They're doing something smarter. They're shifting their identity from I execute projects to I solve problems that AI can't even see. And I'm about to give you the exact playbook. I'm going to give you 4 power moves that are practical and that you can carry out today. If you do this, then you will be on the safe list. If you don't, well, I try to warn you. The first move is do an AI audit, and I want you to do this Monday morning or as soon as you can. Pull up your calendar for last week, for every task you did, and I want you to ask yourself, could ChatGPT or Claude or Copilot actually do this? If the answer is yes for more than 60% of your tasks, then it's likely that you're in the danger zone. Here's the fix. You can immediately start delegating those tasks to AI. Use ChatGPT to draft your status report. Use Claude to write your risk assessment. Use AI for everything that you can automate. Now, take that freed up time and shift it to the 20%. The human components, the conflicts, the stakeholder politics, the crisis moments. And I want you to then document this. What you need to do is keep a wins folder showing you used AI to do X in 10 minutes that used to take 3 hours. I redirected time to Y, and I saved projects from disaster in this way. So when leadership is having conversations and leadership asks you, what's your AI strategy? You can pull out your receipts based on actual stuff you've done. The second tactic, pick just one of these areas in your organization, right? And become known for it. The first is crisis leadership. The second is conflict resolution. The third is executive influence. And the fourth is vision synthesis, where you take strategic direction and break it down into ways people can understand and action. Now, don't try to pick all 4, just pick one. And here's the reason why. When the next round of cuts come, your boss will think, we can't lose Sarah because she's the only one who can talk us out of client disasters, right? That's been called functionally irreplaceable. So spend 2 hours or more every week deliberately building this skill. Read books, observe masters, observe strategically strong people as they navigate conversations in project meetings, and document 3 wins every quarter. AI can't do this, but you can. The third tactic is become an AI integration volunteer. Here's a career insurance policy that people hardly talk about. Volunteer to lead your company's AI adoption for project management initiatives. And you can just frame it like this to your boss. I've been experimenting with AI tools for project management. It shows that you're not just staying within the role of your work, but you're thinking ahead. And then you can say, I think there's an opportunity to 10x our team's output by figuring out what AI shall handle versus what human beings should own. So can I just build a pilot framework and present findings in 4 weeks? What did you just do? 1, you positioned yourself as an AI-forward, not AI-scared individual. 2, you made yourself the person who controls the AI integration. 3, you became unfireable because you're now the AI strategy person, right? And when you think about it, that's ultimate job security because you're becoming the person who decides how AI gets used, or you're the forefront of how AI is getting integrated into your company's operations. And the last tactic is providing proof of irreplaceability. This is simple. Create a really simple Google Doc and title it Problems Only Humans Can Solve, right? Every month, document 2 to 3 situations where you navigated a political minefield, where you resolved a team conflict, where you salvaged a relationship with a pissed off client or key stakeholder or sponsor, where you synthesized chaos into a clear decision, where you made a judgment call that saved time, that saved money, or that helped to retain a customer. These are really powerful. And what I want you to also include are the following. Include the situation and outline what AI would have missed. Then include the action, what you specifically did, and then include the result, which is a measurable outcome, right? When performance reviews come, or worse, when layoffs come, you can actually handing this over, or what I would say is you can even get ahead of the curve and start to talk about this with your boss and key stakeholders from time to time. It's your insurance policy. It pretty much says, if you fire me, stuff can break. And based on real receipts and proof. So the point here is AI isn't the enemy. Irrelevance is the enemy. The project managers who survived this decade won't be the ones with the most certifications or the longest resumes. Times have really changed. They'll be the ones who figured out how to make AI do the boring work so they can focus on the work that actually matters. And the work that matters in the real world is the messy, human, political relationship type of stuff. The kind of chaos that keeps companies alive, because companies are alive because they're solving problems that human beings are creating. You're standing at a fork in the road right now. And the first part is you can just keep doing what you always do, right? And then hope that AI doesn't come for your job. But like someone smart said, hope is not a strategy. The second path is you can become the project manager who weaponizes AI and becomes irreplaceable in the process. So when you think about where you are right now, which path are you on? So drop a comment and just tell me, what's the 1 PM task that you do right now that you know that AI cannot replace? I read every single one. And if this hit differently than the usual AI is amazing hype that you see on LinkedIn, please subscribe. And I want you to like this video because it really helps the channel. I'm exposing what actually works every single week to ensure that you make yourself unfireable. Thank you for listening. And as always, I'll see you on the next one.